This is a very short video reviewing paragraphs 629 and 630 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and I've subtitled it, Jesus Really Died for Us. It follows very much on the in brief section right before us, Jesus died, and then here we're talking about Jesus was buried. And sometimes I think it's as simple as this. Why do Christians continue to note that Jesus was buried? I mean, it actually happened, right? But it made it into the creed. And it made it into the creed, for this simple reason. You really only bury the dead. So we're not pretending. Jesus didn't just fall asleep. Jesus didn't just hide behind a rock. You know what I mean? It was a real death, right? And that's the point. He really was buried. And it's in embracing this fullness again that Christ offers the fullness of redemption. And notice this 629, it's to the benefit of every man that Jesus tasted death, right? So it's a fully human experience so that it can impact every human. This is in line with the idea that God desires to save all mankind. God desires that all come to know him. This is the great missionary zeal of the church, right? My desire must be God's desire, that this reality of the Word made flesh, suffered, died, was crucified, buried, and rose for us cannot just be a reality for one or two people. It has to become the reality for the entire world, that we all might join the church, that we all might participate in this redemption. But also in 629, something we've already seen, it's truly the Son of God made man who died and was buried. This is not just the death of any human. Humans have died all the time. Humans have been buried all the time. This has happened since Adam and Eve left the garden. And none of that offered salvation. What's unique about this death is that God brings death to himself in order to redeem it. Okay, so Jesus was buried. Jesus really died. The Word made flesh, God, really entered this human reality. And then 630 clarifies some ways that we might start thinking apart from the tradition, right? During Christ's period in the tomb, his divine person continued to assume both his soul and his body, although they were separated from each other by death. For this reason, the dead Christ body saw no corruption. So sometimes when we're trying to envision this reality, this is the Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and now we're up to Easter Saturday. What was Jesus doing, right? Human death, there really is a separation of body and soul, and yet this is the body which is going to be resurrected. This is the body which God himself has brought to himself in the Word becoming flesh. And so Christ's body is not corrupt, and it will be resurrected soon. Not there yet in the creed, not there yet in the reflection on salvation history, but these mysteries are all tied together.